Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the dreaded D Rose report. I didn't know if I should do that other thing I had on the last report again or not. Well, that made me sick watching all special effects and crap. But anyway, thanks for putting up with it and me. By the way, I'm going to start. I got two reports here, and I'm going to start off with today's, though. Last night's WWE Raw took, well, not last night, but tonight's Raw is going to be taking place from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. That's the extra large center, I guess, in Hartford. Anyway, with the fallout from last night's Royal Rumble, and we got the road to WrestleMania 31 coming up. And another pay-per-view in the middle. Stars being advertised for tonight's, Brock's going to be there. For tonight's show is the usual suspects plus Brock. Being advertised locally is going to be a match for Cena, Ryan. Did I say that? Cena, Ambrose, Bryan, Reigns taking on Rollins, Kane, Show, and Wyatt. Maybe the special effects is not too bad an idea to keep your attention. I can't. Hey, WWE's focusing on these points for tonight. Does Daniel Bryan have what it takes to get back to WrestleMania? I'm going to come up a little bit further on this Daniel Bryan thing here in a minute. Seth Rollins, will he get back on his horse to the top? Will Rusev have more words for John Cena? You know who that is. Could another WWE legend beside The Rock stand up to the Authority? And will Roman Reigns get a past the Big Show to make it to WrestleMania 31? Okay. Yesterday there were some photos, I guess it's on the WWE website, of the McMahon family talking with WWE Hall of Famer Pat Patterson before the Royal Rumble as they celebrated his birthday. It turns out there was a small party for Patterson in the ring before the Rumble yesterday, and that's pictures on their website in case you want to see it. Also on their website, a new poll up asking fans what was the most unexpected surprise at the Royal Rumble entrance. Boogeyman, Dallas Page, or Bubba Ray with over 16,000 votes. The Dudley is currently in the lead with 68%. The Boogie, 24%. Do your math, you can find out what Diamond Dallas got. Also, WWE Hall of Famer Road Warrior Animal turns 55 years old today, and former WCW The Stro star turns 42. Former TNA Knockout Taylor Wilds turns 29, and today would have been the 85th birthday of WWE Hall of Famer Gordon Solie. And WWE NXT Twitter account, by the way, noted that last night Roman Reigns made history by becoming the first NXT alumni to win the Royal Rumble match. All right, regarding Daniel Bryan possibly being put into a three-way at WrestleMania 31 due to the heat from fans over his Royal Rumble elimination last night, word from backstage at the Rumble is that ain't going to be happening. Word coming out of the Rumble is that Vince feels putting Bryan into another three-way would be a repeat, and that they would be going to the well too many times. And WWE officials expect backlash. They expected some backlash over Bryan's being eliminated, but were surprised at the level of it. Due to the atmosphere in the building before the Rumble match even began, officials panicked earlier in the show and moved some things around. And on a related note, it was said that The Rock was not happy at the Rumble. Rock was presumably upset over Bryan's elimination and the reaction, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But I think myself, I don't. If you haven't seen the Rumble, when the last couple of matches that I've noticed, Bryan, he's been kind of taking it easy on himself, or he's not really in good ring shape yet because boy, he's been. I don't know. Been lackluster. He needs to get some mojo back and get himself back going again where everybody's on his side. I mean, a lot of people are on his side, but he just don't look so good yet. Might take time. Took him years to get to where he was, though. Sources at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts are indicating tomorrow night's main event and SmackDown tapings will be canceled due to weather in the Northeast. See, now, they said this last year, I swear they did, or maybe it was the year before, that all the bookings and tours of WWE live shows and the taping shows and everything, they were going to try and keep over to the west to keep them out of the east because of the bad weather, you know, down south and east maybe. So now they go in right in the middle of horrible weather. They book stuff up in Boston and New York and all that. That didn't make any sense. But now they may be getting kind of trapped. WWE officials are currently working on how they will handle SmackDown, weather permitting. It's possible that they could tape on Thursday night and run live. There's also no update on tonight's Raw, but let you know more maybe on that later. Well, you'll know more tonight, won't you? And TMZ is reporting that Hollywood legend, former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, will be inducted into the Celebrity Hall of Fame wing this year. We'll see. Terminator star joins Macho Man Randy Savage in the Hall of Fame class so far. All right, now see, here's the thing about the weather. Connecticut Governor Daniel Mallow, I guess his name. Oh, that was Mallory. Anyway, held a news conference this morning and said as of 9 p.m. tonight, the entire state will be under a travel ban due to the huge blizzard that is heading to the northeast. Travel bans usually mean that only emergency vehicles and state vehicles are on the road. Connecticut public transportation will be shut down at 8 p.m. Raw is scheduled at Hartford tonight, and talent will need to travel to Boston for SmackDown. Malloy held another press conference and asked about tonight's Raw. He was acknowledged that apparently the event was still taking place as of now, he said, as important to the world economy as wrestling is, public safety tops it. So anyway, the XL Center is currently not accepting any phone calls, but they said they'd keep you updated on the Raw status. All right. Normally, if you're out on the road, they don't pull you over and arrest you and take you off to jail to catch you driving under a snow emergency or where you're supposed to stay off the roads. They give you a ticket. I just asked my wife. Anyway, there's no word yet on why Randy Orton was not used at the Royal Rumble last night, but he was advertised and was in town for the event. Orton is still advertised this week for Raw and SmackDown TV. Orton also scheduled for a Washington DC auto show. That's on Wednesday. And there's no word yet on why Bo Dallas. I was waiting for Bo Dallas to come. I was on the edge of my seat, knew everything would change when he came out at Royal Rumble. He never came out. So anyway, he got pulled. NXT Facebook page was advertising Bo for the Rumble just a few hours before the show. And Velvet Sky was fired by TNA after receiving the Feast or Fired briefcase from Robbie E. this past week. Well, it turns out that Velvet is legitimately gone from the company as her contract is expired. Whew, that's a pretty good size loss, too. PWI Insider reports, this is yesterday's news here. It's still important. Anyway, PWI Insider reports that there's no talk between Rob Van Dam and WWE officials about a return to WrestleMania 31. It's also possible that the word just hadn't got out around yet about RVD returning, but it doesn't look too much like he's going to be returning anytime soon. And Michelle McCool and her husband, that guy, Undertaker, he's still working, they're still working as champion teammates to a child named Carolina in Texas through Cheyenne's Champions for Children's charity, which provides children with rare or undiagnosed conditions and their family in Central Texas with resources to meet their medical needs not covered by insurance or other assistance, which there's a lot of that goes around. McCool noted on Instagram that they are close to reaching their goal and posted a photo of the couple. Said we had reached $1,784 to reach our goal for Caroline. I know we can do it. He says, it'll touch your heart. Thanks for all your... That's what people do on their spare time. They may be they could be out of shape. They could be looking bad. It doesn't matter. They're still good people. WWE legend Honky Tonk Man turned 62 years old today, and former WCW valet, remember old Gorgeous George, the female, 39 years old, former women's champion Michelle McCool, 35. Still looks good. If I was at 35, I'd still be looking good. Anyway, Synopsis. This is a synopsis for tonight's, well, I think it was last night's Total Divas. Is that on tonight or tonight? Tomorrow? I don't know. Whenever it's on. Insecurity Breach is what it's called. Arian secretly teams up with Jonathan to confront Eva Marie about a major issue. Bree lives in fear after a home invasion. Paige faces consequences of sending mixed signals. Read into that whatever you want. Hey, let me know what you thought about the Rumble. I thought the best match was the heavyweight championship match with Brock and Cena and Rollins. I thought it was a very good match. Kind of, one thing right after the other, just kept rolling. It was a good match. Rumble match, I've never really cared too much about that. Like to see, who the surprise entrances are. Other than that, it's like watching the Super Bowl for the ads. Which I do. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.